Hey guys, let's do yet another sitting pose. I just thought that the two videos that I have up there is a little bit too similar, so I thought I might do something even more unique or more different. And it's going to be a boy, and it's also going to be sitting on the ground instead of on a chair or on a bench. Anyway, let's get started and you will see. I already have an image in my mind, I just want to draw that out. Okay, so the perspective is going to be a little bit different. In those two videos that I have already uploaded, they are both, from the side, a little bit from the side, but this one is going to be directly facing the camera. Okay, and this is a little bit too large, I think. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, like that. I hope I can fit this whole thing into the page. I hope so. Okay. So he's going to be sitting like on the ground, and he's gonna be looking a little bit upwards, so his head is gonna face a little bit downwards, like that, just a little bit, not that much. Okay. Now, because of that, his shoulder are also gonna be, or his whole rib cage is a little bit closer to the head, because of the way his body is crouched. Okay, it's kind of like bent, like that. And no, the image that I have in mind is not gonna be like this. It's gonna be a little bit tilted, actually. Maybe this side is gonna be a little bit higher, something like that, and it just goes down there, and then somewhere like here. I'm not sure yet. I have to draw the whole way down to the legs. Okay, so if we continue down, so this is the rib cage, so that's how I like to draw it. And also you can see that the way I curve my lines, okay? These two lines, they indicate that we're looking at the rib cage from a little bit from above, because his whole body is bent like this. And then he's just sitting on the ground like this. This is like his butt, and then his leg is gonna go up here. Okay, so that's pretty alright, I think. I'm just gonna make this a little bit closer to his body. Okay, so the image that I have in my mind is that this leg is gonna go like this, the other leg is gonna go like this on the ground, and then his hand is just gonna be flowing. Not flowing, but just here or wherever. I'm not sure yet. I just have a very vague image in my mind. Okay, so I already talked a little bit about how you should go around, or should go about drawing this part, which is a fairly complicated shape. It also changes. It's very hard to use one shape to just generalize the shape of the hip. So you just have to be experienced with it. It also changes, because the leg is so flexible. It can point like this way, this way, this way. It's so complicated. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Instead, I'm just gonna go on and draw the legs. So just try to get the length to be correct, around the same length, I think. But no, because he's not that flexible, I'm gonna have him, because most people can't make their knees touch the ground when they're sitting like that, so it's gonna be a little bit flowing, and then the lower part of the leg is gonna go down. This one's almost like straight, or even a little bit upwards, I think. But I'm gonna make him a little bit more flexible than maybe most normal people, because he's gonna be a little bit supernatural. He's gonna be a supernatural character, so he's gonna be a little bit more capable. So what you probably could have noticed already in this video, and compared to the two videos that I've already uploaded, is that the leg is gonna be a little bit thicker, because this is a guy instead of a girl. And by the way, I'm gonna have looking at him completely from the front, and that means that we're not gonna look at his legs from a little bit above or something. So I'm gonna have him move like this, like that. So if we looked at it from above, because his foot is a little bit farther away, from, it's not gonna be exactly on his pelvis. It's gonna be a little bit far away from that. So we're gonna see this one being lower than this line, but we're not gonna see that difference that much in this drawing, because we're gonna be looking at it from directly from the front. I think this drawing should actually have been, we're looking at him from far away or something, so we don't get that much of a perspective difference from this region and this region. I hope you guys understood what I mean. As for the leg, the foot here is gonna be a little bit, strange. The position. It's gonna be the back of the feet. Okay, if the feet is like this, it's gonna be like placed on the ground almost. So it's not gonna be easy to draw it. Actually, it's gonna be pointing a little bit towards the camera. Also, it's gonna be slanted on a very special angle. I'm just gonna make it like this. Okay, this is the two toes, and then that's pretty all right, I think. Yeah, that's pretty all right. Actually, I think I might have him not have any shoes. That's kind of like a very cool thing to have in this situation, I think. I'm just gonna try something new, something that's different than the two videos that I have already up there. Okay, so as for this part, this foot is gonna be pointing directly at the camera. That's gonna be a little bit hard to draw. Even if you think of it as the shapes that I've already told you, that the half cylindrical shape thing, you just have to, use that shape really. But I don't know how you guys can get used to this. Maybe it's just really through practice that you can get this shape right. But it should be like this. Okay, so it goes down there, and then a very smooth line curvature like this, and then you have a very steep shape here, like goes into it, and then you can even draw such that you don't even see it even goes into the foot and out again, something like that, I think. Yeah, that's pretty alright. And then I actually exaggerated a little bit. It shouldn't be that thick of a leg. Just gonna make him a little bit thinner. Just make him a little bit more fit, because it's, as I've said, a supernatural guy. He's probably very good at martial arts and stuff. So he's gonna have a very fit body. He's gonna have a lot of muscles. But should I be making him barefoot? Okay, barefoot is okay, but I'm not gonna have him like completely naked. It's gonna have some kind of, I don't know, jeans or whatever. Okay, whatever. It's not the details, but what I'm doing, I don't need to draw that before I draw in the details. I just need to get the pose right. Okay, so now we can go back and draw this arm, because now we finally know where it's going to be placed, because it's going to be placed on the knees like that. Just make sure that it's not like exactly touching. It has to go a little bit through each other. It's not really through, but meat is flexible, so flesh is flexible, so it's gonna like what I say, it's gonna curve according to the knee. It's gonna be touching the knee. It's not that like the line is exactly touching and then stops. It should be like this, and then like this, and then, you understand what I mean. I'll make it a little bit thicker. And then I think that's about the length of the arm. I think that's pretty correct, isn't it? If you think about it, yeah, it's pretty alright. I think this is how it should have looked. Now, as for the hands, let's focus some more on the hands in this video. So normally when I draw the hands, I like to think of it like this. So you have the wrist, that's gonna look like this, okay? This is the arm, and then the wrist is like a ellipse, like that. Then to draw the hands, I like to think of it as a trapezoid prism thing. This part is slightly larger and that part is slightly thicker. In this sense, it's like a sandwich, but just that this rectangle is gonna be larger than this triangle. It's just a scaled version of it. It just scales out there like that. And then I'd like to draw the first pointer finger, index finger I think it's called, like that. Remember that it's smaller and smaller and smaller, gets more pointy, okay? And I just like to make these curved lines to indicate where the other fingers, because you know the joints of the fingers, they follow a pretty nice curve actually. So if you just master that curve, you can just make these two lines and then just draw the other fingers accordingly, like that. Okay, a little bit. I have to smoothen this out like that. And then as for the thumb, it's gonna be out here, somewhere around here is gonna be this, the base for the thumb, and then it goes out like this, and then we have a something like that. And then okay, so this part doesn't have a very you know, we don't have a so strong rule, or I don't have a very good shape for it. I just get experience with it, and then I just know how to draw it, so it should look like that. So that's how I like to that's the kind of like the shapes I like to think of when I draw in the hands. So I'm just gonna use it here. So the part that we see is the pinky actually. So I'm just gonna draw in the pinky. I said that I like to draw the index first, but because this is the only finger that we're gonna see the whole finger. That we're gonna see the whole thing. The other are gonna be partly covered, so I'm just gonna draw that. And then actually you're not gonna see anything of the other fingers actually, so yeah, you're not even gonna see the thumb. So yeah, this is the only thing that you get to see. But there's one problem though. I have to make this hand a little bit larger. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep it like that. Actually, I can make one of the fingers a little bit more visible. Or I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever, it's just a sketch. It's not important right now. It's just a sketch. But the one thing that's a really big problem for me right now is that the head is a little bit too large, and it also doesn't fit into the body that much. So first I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, and also make the head a little bit lower, like closer to the body. The reason it's not that I'm gonna shorten his neck, is because his head is gonna be a little bit bent forward, like looking at the camera. So he's gonna be looking at the camera in a kind of like a vicious way. So it's gonna be closer body, like this. Okay, now let's get to the final part, or not final part, the other arm. So is he gonna be like this? Okay, let's just make him look like this. So his arm is gonna be, actually no, his first off, his upper arm is gonna be pointing a little bit towards the camera. Like that, and then this part is gonna be like pointing almost completely straight up, and then he's gonna have kind of like a, you know, fire coming out from his arm or hand. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the same sketch for the hand. Here I can draw the index finger first, and then the other fingers like that. But somehow I think that his hand is not large enough. I don't know, maybe it is. So his fingers are gonna be bent like this. His hand is gonna be like this, okay? So the first one is almost completely straight. The other one is gonna be slightly bent, and the third more bent and more bent. So the curve for the joints that I've told you is gonna be, you know, like this, almost, yeah. So this is the pinky. This is the ring finger. The pinky you only see the first up to the first joint, and then it's gonna be invisible because it's gonna be bent behind itself. And then I just have to use my own hand for reference, really. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit like that. It's kind of like a strange position or strange gesture. Okay, so there you go. I think that's enough. But there's one problem with it, is that I think the whole hand is a little bit too small. Yeah, it is. Ah, man, I spent so much time, I even drew the lines a little bit too hard. But I just have to erase it and just redraw the whole thing. Just gonna make it a little bit larger. Like that. I'm just gonna be really quick right now because I'm gonna spend more time on the when I draw it in the details. It's just gonna be a sketch. So I'm not gonna waste as much time as I've done. Okay. So what's wrong? Ah, man, I made the gravest mistake you can. What am I doing? I finally know why it looks so strange. Not because it's too small. I mean, it was a little bit too small, but that's not a problem. The thumb should be on the the thumb should be on the other side, man. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Man, really? Okay, so the thumb is gonna be on the other side. So that's how you make the hand to be incorrect. So I drew the left hand on the right side. Man, this sure is embarrassing, man. I don't even know what I can say about this. Okay, so just be quick on drawing this, or try not to spend any more time on this. This is so embarrassing. Okay, so his hand is gonna be like this. Yeah, whatever. Not everybody got the same hand shape, so I think it's gonna look alright like this. Just move his whole arm a little bit to the left, and then it will look like his thumb is intact. Okay. Okay, it's not really that bad. I just need to change this hand because this hand got, you know, it's the size of it, you know, this is a little bit too small, so I just have to change it so it looks alright. So the size of the pinky should be like this, and then the rest is just completely covered. And then we're finally done. I think we're done drawing in the, you know, this part. So what we need to do is to just, you know, the head shape is a little bit kind of like weird right now, but it's not really the problem because, you know, it's kind of like a separate thing. I don't really need to draw it. I just need to join the two eyes and then this line, and then rest are details. I think we're done. actually we are done. This part is being covered, and this is where this leg ends, like around here. And then, or maybe I just need to add this a little bit. Maybe I just need to make this shoulder a little bit clearer, you know, different muscles. But you know, even the muscles, even the shape of the body, because he's gonna be naked. His what's called overbody is this part. His torso is gonna be naked. I think I'm gonna make him naked. And but it's really kind of like a detail thing, you know, the how to draw the muscles and stuff. But yeah, it's a detail thing, so I'm not gonna draw it in the sketch. So we're basically done with the sketch. This part is also done, this part is also done, and I'm gonna draw in the details, and I will see you guys after the time lapse. So yeah. Okay guys, so finally I'm done drawing in all the details. You see that there's still some sketch lines that I haven't erased, but you know the difference between this one and the other videos that I've drawn is that I remembered to erase all the sketch lines before drawing the details. I actually didn't do that in the two other poses videos. And that's what you should be doing. That you should be erasing the sketch lines, at least make it a little bit lighter before you draw in the details, because you want it to be completely gone after you've drawn the details. But you see there's still some sketch lines that I haven't been able to completely erase. It takes a lot of time, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Normally you would have, you know, an ink pen. When you join the ink, you can just completely erase everything that's not ink, and you know, it works like that, but I'm just using a pencil, so that's okay. And I'm just gonna talk very quickly about something that I have changed. One of the things is that I've changed this shape a little bit so that it points towards the camera more and also a little bit larger, but I still think it looks a little bit odd. I don't know why, but it's good enough. I also changed the size of the hands. I also made this blurry because of the flame, right? I just made this a little bit blurred, but it's not really that blurred, so it's kind of like bad in my opinion. I'm just gonna make it blur even more, in my opinion. Okay, let's just make this blur even more. Okay, that's actually quite good. Okay, so so what else? I've also changed the head size. Yeah, I've already said that before I did the video. And I also changed, I think I've changed so that I made him a little bit thinner on the arms. Also this hand, oh, I said it's a little bit sorry. I also made him a little thinner in general, just a little bit thinner. And that's everything I think. I don't think I've changed anything more regarding the pose. Everything is just details. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys don't get discouraged if you can't join the details yourself. You can just copy what I'm doing in the time lapse or just from now, just by looking at this picture. But you should be able to join the details if you have learned as much as I have done, at least do this amount of work. And I will be uploading videos to show you guys, or at least share what I have learned by drawing myself, and not just poses. But I will be uploading more poses videos first, because I already have a lot of videos in my channel according to different parts of the body. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section, and if you have any requests, you can post it. I will try to do some requests, because if not, I will just keep doing the posts videos. And I will just leave a signature. And I think that's it for the video. If you liked my video, please leave a like. If you have any questions, I've said it, just leave it in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.